Blog Talk Radio.
Get ready. It's time for News for the Soul. Life-changing talk radio from the uplifting to the unexplained. Join us as we celebrate 11 years of empowerment broadcasts, becoming the #1 life-changing talk radio show in the world, according to Google, AOL, MSN, YouTube, and more. And home to the largest, totally free transformational audio library in the world. All found at newsforthesoul.com. And now, here's your host and the founder of News for the Soul, the one they're calling the Oprah of the Internet, Nicole Whitney.
Hi, everybody. We're live. I'm Nicole Whitney, and this is News for the Soul, life-changing talk radio from the uplifting to the unexplained. Something new today. Freda Schultz is back from Emo Well-Being, emowell-being.com. Energetics, that's emotional healing in various energy-clearing ways. Very powerful methods. We're going to be doing one of them that we've done before in a different way on the air, but this is new, one-on-one EFT sessions, open lines. It starts momentarily. We're going to get the breaks done now and come back with Freda and you and open lines. So get ready to tap away issues and blocks to whatever it is you're trying.
Hear all of our previously aired broadcasts of News for the Soul online at newsforthesoul.com. Now let's get back to the show.
And we are back. I'm Nicole, and this is News for the Soul, life-changing talk radio from the uplifting to the unexplained. Should have all that covered. Freda Schultz is back from Emo Well-Being Energetics. And we had talked to her last time she was on the air. We talked about all the different kind of energy clearing practices that she does, like Kay, who we learned about from Bruce Lipton for over the many years that we've talked to him on News for the Soul, and also, of course, Emotional Freedom Technique, which we've been doing in different ways on News for the Soul, and today it's a whole new episode of that. One-on-one EFT sessions on the air, open lines. So this is a first, and we're going to get ready to start the fun shortly here. The call-in line, I'll give it to you now, 646-595-4274. 646-595-4274. So this is going to be unfolding in the moment, and we'll just see what happens. Let's invite Freda on and start the fun. Freda Schultz, welcome back to News for the Soul.
Hi, thanks for having me.
How are you doing?
Great. Thanks for having me on again.
It's going to be interesting. I was looking forward to moving forward and trying this out on the air. So this is a first for us on News for the Soul to do the EFT work this way with people calling in and having you do one-on-one sessions. So tell me what's going to be involved in how we're going to do this today.
So basically people will call in and people will let me know what their, basic issue is, and we'll see where we get to. Hopefully people can kind of make it pretty succinct, what they want to work on, and just realize that we might just sort of get started on something, 5 or 10 minutes of something, and then off the air, they might want to tap more on their own. I'm kind of going to assume that people know where the points are. I don't know if that's a good idea or not.
Well, can we go over a quick overview?
Yeah. That
for all
might
the
be
newbies.
good. Okay.
What is it?
Sure.
Where are they? How does it work? And also what the parameters are as far as what they can tap on and all that.
Okay. So as far as what issues, it really can be any emotional issue. I would say for the calls, you want something that's somewhat bite-sized, maybe not the worst trauma of your life kind of thing, just over the air, just because of the time issue. Physical stuff. Now, I'm not an expert in physical issues, but I have worked with physical issues. So if you have a pain in your back or your knee or something like that, you could bring that. If you have an anxiety about something that's happening in the future, if you're getting ready for a new job, if you are anxious about something that's happened in the past month, something like that you want to bring, that'd be great, or you're having trouble moving forward kind of thing. And we'll get started and just see where we get to. I sometimes, work with people and we think, oh, we only have 10 or 15 minutes. We can't get very far. And sometimes we get very far in just that short amount of time. So the time is sort of who knows what's going to happen in the time. So in terms of EFT itself, basically what you're doing is tapping on energy stress points, acupuncture points on the body to relieve emotional stress. So the discovery statement of EFT is that all negative emotion is caused by a disruption in the body's energy system. The energy system being the meridian system, the acupuncture system. Most people know it as that. And we focus on the problem to start out with, which brings up the disruption into your system, and then you do the tapping to clear the disruption. And you can clear anything that's happened in your life. So it doesn't have to be currently super intense for you. It could be something from the past. And that shift that happens once you do the tapping and clear so that the energy is running cleanly again, tends to be permanent. So it's not like, okay, well, we clear the anxiety today and then we have to do it again tomorrow. Like once you really get the core of something, you don't have to clear it again. So that's why it's so exciting. And then the second reason that special thing about EFT is that once you clear, if you have several issues, let's say you have a lot of abuse, so you have, 50 incidents of physical abuse from your past, you think, oh, I'm going to have to clear each one of these, but you don't have to clear each one. If you go to a few core ones, all of them tend to shift. So that's another thing. So if you have 20 years of trauma, you don't have to tap for 20 years, which makes it really incredible. So, and in terms of the points, for those who don't know, so that they can tap along, and I encourage people to tap along, even with other people's issues, because it's amazing, the human experience, how much we have in common, very similar kinds of feelings and challenges and stuff. So you start out by tapping on the side of the hand, and the side of the hand is basically, they call it the karate chop spot, because if you were going to chop something, in karate, a board or something, right there on the side of the hand below the pinky. And you start tapping there, and you say a setup phrase. And the setup phrase is, even though I have this problem, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. That's the basic. You say that 3 times while tapping on the side of the hand. And the next point is on the top of the head. And you repeat your problem over again. So let's use an example of, let's say I have a shooting pain in my knee. Okay, so we've tapped on the side of the hand. Even though I have this shooting pain in my knee, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. We've said that 3 times. We tap on the top of the head, just with our whole hand. And you can do it with either hand. It doesn't matter. And we say again, that shooting pain in my knee. Then the next spot is where the eyebrow starts on either side, or you can even do both sides if you want. And you tap that spot and say the problem again, that shooting pain in my knee. The next point is right on the side of the eye, on the bone. And there's a bone right on the side of the eye. It's actually in front of the temple. There's a bone. Tap on that and say again the problem, that shooting pain in my knee. And then directly under the eye, there's a bone. Tapping on that, and you say the problem again, the shooting pain in my knee. Then directly below the nose, above the upper lip, saying the problem again. And then the chin point, which is actually above the chin where the crease is below your lip, right in the middle, and saying the problem again. And then the collarbone point, which is to the left or to the right of sort of the middle, right below your collarbone. And if you use a few fingers, you can generally get that spot. And then the next spot is 3 or 4 inches below your armpit on the side of your body. Okay, and then that's the end. So that's the end of those are some of the basic points. Now, the way that I do EFT might be a little different than the way that other people do EFT, and I'm just representing, my